Okay, welcome back. I'm Cappadocia. Welcome back to Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. We're carrying on right where we left off. Let's check this out. Before your burning world is in a inhospitable place at the mercy of perpetual inferno due to a suffocating atmosphere in close proximity to the system star. The firestorms on its surface never cease. What could the Ballistica be looking for such a place? Are we going to find anything unusual? Yes. After many long hours spent analysing the Augur data, Detect Priest noticed something unusual. A number of constructions of artificial origin could be detected on the planet's surface. Too vast and peculiar to have been created by humans, but their geometric shapes and other properties clearly indicate they were put together by sentient beings of some kind. Unfortunately, there are traces of human activity next to the mysterious construction. At least if someone found a way to land on the planet set up an archaeological dig, these ancient monuments have been stripped of anything of value or interest, but other burning words made the... Okay. Yeah, go on in the Great Fire, why not? There we go. Sacred Flame. We need more Promethium. That's the one we're going to go for. Cassia we have to take. Gonna leave Hendrix behind and bring our Eldavi with us. Bring Yiralette. She might prove useful. Especially given it is a chrome world, so having an Eldar might prove handy.
I always keep my options open.
Heart of Navigator's camp. This where Sisyphon Celia performed her experiments hundreds of years ago. What's down over here? Oh, did I miss something over here? Aha! Lots of lore.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Okay, so there's nothing downwards, so we've just got this area down here to come and have a look. Barely notice the imprint of a long cord hand on the broken cogitator screen.
Unexpected result.
Operation successful.
Elite marksman's gloves.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a
I
chance.
always have a backup plan.
Very useful. The Eldari Sanctum is blemished by human presence in their pursuit of ancient secrets. The Navigators had no qualms with filling the ruins with machinery and supplies. Up we come.
You left the Novus Imperialis to serve the Rogue Trader. Do you ever regret it, Seneschal?
No, I felt the significance of what I was doing.
Someone removed the data crypt from this dead machine to keep the house a secret safe and leave no information about the experiments that took place here. Interesting. No, I think I prefer that.
Keep your wits about you.
I am. Carry on up. Halt, cursed child. We had to ally ourselves with the Xenos once more to stop you. No matter, it's a small price to pay for the liberation of House Orcelio from the chains of tyranny. Begone, renegades. We followed the Atlas's call in your wake, child. Stand with us. House Orcelio cannot trade Sisyphon's legacy for their false ideals of blind fools. What's happening? Ah! Orcelio representatives, damn Xenos, this was not the bug of his truck, throne smite you. What is this? The rogue trader and his traitors lured into the child into a trap set by Xenos. I wish my eyes would deceive me so I could clearly see the great Region Antonio was right to send us after your vessel. Rogue traders are not the only ones who know how to find out. I say that we should rid us of the alliance the moment we cross the webway gate. Trust no one. You will stop defiling the remains of the hallowed ground of our ancestors with your semblance of speech, monkey. The fine luck will soon unfold where you pay for your deeds for ancestry put and wait for the puppeteer to pull at your strings. Well, why the Xenos ruins in the Palace of Atlas should be? It's a place coated in impenetrable black mist. I'm suffocating. Three-eyed monkey who sees into Shalal, the taint of your ancestors has begun to consume your body and soul. Pathetic fools with an insatiable lust for power that is not yours. Ending your misery will be merciful. Taint, do you mean the Atlas? Xenos traitor? Silence, traitor. The Atlas is the sacred relic of House Orcelio. It's what elevates us above the earth. How dare you? I refuse to accept this. This is possible. What taint do you speak of, Xenos? Do you not see it? When you monkey discovered the chrome world, you tainted it with your crude technology, despoiled of its relics, ruined all there was to the last stone, but worst of all, you sullied the souls of our ancestors reposed in a sacred vessel, the spirit monolith. He points at the figure of the remarkable flame crystal behind his back, and Harlequin tighten their grip on their weapons, like a sea of bottomless blue. I did not know that living things can exude such saturated hues. I wish I could paint this ocean a different colour. No translucent stone shares a strange resonance with this place. You can sense the energy emanating from it. Mysterious, restless, coagulated. It resembles a giant heart that's been plucked from its owner's chest. Its crystal clarity is pierced by hundreds of dark veins that have taken root like a terrible illness. What is this place? We call planets such as this one clone worlds. They came to be long before my time, back when all of the Eldari were united people whose empire stretched from one edge of the galaxy to the other. It is a world beneath the first stars, an unblighted world. I never thought I would come to find one. I have nothing to add to the outcast words, other than my eternal astonishment at your curious troop, monkey. How did the Navigators simply taint this? The experiments, this is where she conducted her experiments. Sisyphon, no, it's not possible. To consort with Xenos is to violate the word of the God Emperor. So into all that Sisyphon Orcelio executed anyone who showed any interest in the enemy's humanity. Is that so? Then why is it every piece of metal or fabric in this place bears our house's coat of arms? Open your eyes. Quiet! I am unsurprised that the truth is hidden from your eyes, three-eyed monkey who see into Sha'el. I realised it the moment I first met you. Wretched, begging us to help you destroy your own kin. I sensed it within you. Our ancestors called, their pleas, their endless torments. I knew what you found was a chrome world, and I humbly waited for the day you would lead me to it. What is the meaning behind your words, Athar, troop master? You already know the answer, outcast. You have always known. Answers of yours, no. So this is why. That your presence makes my soul shrink in the size of a river pearl and my throat choke like a collar of thorns. This way your words seep into my mouth soul like poison, leaving wounds that will not heal. There is a shard of the spirit monolith inside you, monkey, twisted, perverted, invigorating by making my ancestors suffer. Alas, you are right, outcast. The ancestors of the three-eyed monkey sought to command the power of the spirit monolith, and yet they suffered failure time and time again. Eventually, they discovered a way to harness this power, a terrible way, torturous and unforgivable. They shattered the monolith into many shards and weakened the souls within, and then they placed the shards of the spirit monolith inside their bodies to empower their abilities. I never wish to learn such true words about my house. You say it only because you wish to soothe me. You are more than a tyrant, sir. You're a successor to a mad heretic. A betrayer of faith. It must be destroyed. You and the Atlas, once and for all. You think the solution is so easy, don't you, monkey? When you die, your soul becomes captive inside the spirit monolith. This process is degrading for our ancestors, who have served as the monolith's guardians for eons, and equally agonizing for the souls of the dead. And the more monkey souls the monolith absorbs, the more volatile it becomes. The Eldari and the monkey have spent many a dance battling for supremacy within the monolith, and its integrity is waning. You sense it too. The only way to free our ancestors from the pain is to separate the monkey taint from the spirit monolith. My troop is here to perform just that. We will play our parts today, and the final act of this age-long tragedy begins when the monkey players exit this world stage. Cassie is the inheritor of one who bound the spirit monolith to navigate its bodies. Listen to whatever she has to say. She's not the woman her predecessor was. I cannot change the past, it's true, nor can I change the fact that my house is forever tainted with the disgrace born of her hubris. Yet all of us here today have the power to change the future and halt the unending suffering that is drowning both your kin and mine. You suggest that the monkey and the Eldari change the future together? I must admit, my leading lady, I'm confused by your audacity. Go. My Atlas, if you can free the phantoms of my house from the spirit monolith, guide them to enter my Atlas. Their experience and wisdom will help Hearst House of Stellion onto the path of truth and allow future generations to avoid the calamitous pitfalls of their forebears. K. Morag, my leading lady, the shards of the monolith are lodged inside the chest of every monkey bound to you by ties of blood. How exactly do you intend to return them? I shall use the Atlas to sever my subject's connections to the spirit monolith, and then I shall extract its shards from every navigator of House Orselio. This artifact is implanted at birth. That does not mean the ritual cannot be reversed. I've witnessed its creation through Sisyphon's eyes. In my visions, I lived it. Over and over again through the memories of Sethala clan. I can recreate the ritual, return the souls of your kin to you, and save my people's lives. So only human sinners get a chance to resolve their conflicts without violence. I second Lady Cass's proposal. The Hulk remains as still as a garish statue for several minutes, then the voice behind the bar says, I am willing to try, monkey. No, I won't let you destroy the Atlas, even if that's the child's wish. Lady Orselio, you are too young and experienced. You simply cannot comprehend. You address the future Novator of House Orselio, one who survived the massacre of Urak V, who has lived following an attempt on our life at the Palace of Dargonus to restore their house stability in what scant time she has been free, while you, all of you, have spent years destroying it from within. You address one who has passed through the tempest of the Sea of Souls to the Atlas, true Atlas as a rogue trader's ally, and yet you call me unworthy, don't you? Young, experienced, kneel before me and I shall forgive your insolence. House Orselio is always loyal to Navigator Novator's Sisyphony. Hence he will be loyal to her successor, even if you see fit to lead us down a different path, my lady. Are you done with your performance, monkey? Then stand aside and do not interrupt. I can feel it again, the tranquility. The ancestral souls have found peace, and corruption no longer endangers the monolith or this world. Remember our agreement, Cassia Orselio. We will soon meet in this place again so that you can give us the shards. And now be gone from our world, monkey. I'll be gone in a minute, I'm just clearing up.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
There it is. we're leaving. Okay, so what do we... Oh, we're doing well now. No, I don't want to do that one. And all those Xenos punitive unit led by Acolyte Linux who arrived on This Inquisition forces avoid taking control of the governor's powers and attempt to inquire into the recent... Hendrix? I'm surprised they've just followed their arrival at all. It demonstrates a semblance of trust. Or how much the Inquisition step out. The additional interrogation has set Linux Zoo on the tracks of the wretches towards an anomalous region. But her people continue to dig deeper, so to speak. Copying the Inquisition would do us more good than trying to hide the current misfortunes of the colony. I can send a message to keep us informed about the interrogation as a favour. Let the Inquisition do their job. After the interview set up headquarters of the Governor's Palace, she began to investigate the situation of Janus. All those feeling guilt for their crimes before the Emperor could only stay silent and pray. During investigation, she was able to establish genetic changes in the wretches' bodies were caused by mysterious substances secreted into the water by xeno-obelisks. These substances did not contaminate the water until recently, as shown by analysis of the Magos biologists. The same Xenos obelisks appear to be linked by a chain of energy communications, also serving as a source of unknown radiation that seems to have caused the outbreak of the contaminated growth in the currently uncontrolled sector of the planet. This also seems to be causing the appearance of mysterious phantoms. According to Lady Zhu's theory, there may be some sort of ancient mechanical construction on Janus that's awakened from its slumber. It's possible that the anomalies occurring on the planet are merely a side effect of the blasphemous machine trying to start itself. Gonna do the reaping. We'll do that one as well. Captive Xenos. The power plasma. Right, now where the hell are we? Ooh. We have visitors on the bridge. Ooh! I wonder what these could be. Ah! Your Lordship, if I may beg a minute of your press attention, I am later to notify you the delegation of High Ecclesiarchs of the Adeptus Ministorum has arrived at your vessel. The holy of his servants have come to proclaim their veneration for the lone trader, faithful to his word and fearful of his wrath. Oh! Oh well. A relic! Thought begets heresy. Heresy begets... To question is to doubt. Wonder what else happened. I didn't mean to click any of that, but obviously held the mouse button down for too long. Never mind. We are going to quickly visit here. There's more phlogiston. So you can pick a few bits up on the way through. Right, we've got to go all the way up here to Fausta. Yeah. We're going to go shut down whatever the problem is here, then we'll jump to that uncharted one where we were fighting before. Some inhabitants of the colony have been visited by saints in their dreams. The work is going dangerously erratic. There we go, that works. Penal battalions. Any others that need doing? No. Yeah, we'll work on that, why not? Militia Navy. We're done here. Corruption has infiltrated Fabos 6. Lord Captain, the cult of the Far Dawn have aggravated the convicts into a full-blown uprising and promising a chance of escape. The planet's cargo port guard now under siege. The cults themselves have not joined the assault. They've scurried into the mines deep into the south. Alright. The streets supposed to be set up in those mines just report skirmish in Emerald Asylum. Why did they head there? We do not know the heretics' true objectives, but there's never a doubt they're pursuing a sinister, wicked goal, and murder must be stopped. Situation on the surface: overseers are trapped inside the guard facilities, and the convicts are now untied by their common hatred for the dynasty and obsessed with tales of freedom. Lord Captain, all your resources decide to make use of one of the most blunt and affordable tools: mercenaries. These dogs of war will storm the warp itself for the right price. Provide the overseers with some higher backup, and you consider the crisis solved. Do it. Convicts quickly surrendered. The leaders of the conspiracy of the cults of Fondor were confronted in the mines. They'd surrounded a strange dark Xeno obelisk covered in glyphs, trying to awaken it from its slumber. The glyph patterns were similar to those of the mad convicts had drawn before. The monstrous construction contained enough energy to tear our planet apart, but heroically disrupting the cultist plan, the guards caused a malfunction within the terrible machine. Instead of exploding, an obelisk emitted a blistering heat wave, melting itself and turning those around it to ash. Nice. Cryptic measures arrived from Kiva Gamma. The Fabricator sent reports they had beheld the Eye of the Divine. I'll request details for your less devout servants. So they clarified the inquest group, which had been investigating the many inexplicable events that take place on the planet, followed the trail of mysterious binaric harmonics. Came upon an ancient abandoned data complex. It's connected to the manufacture by maze of communication lines and contains gargantuan data loom. The mechanism's markings show this designation, or I should say rather menacing name, the Null Caliph. Null Caliph is immersed in sacred astrological calculation, and has shown no inclination to make contact. The tech priests connected to it will punish for the intrusion with a lethal injection of their motive force. The only thing they managed to find out is the spirit of the data loom is not bound by the vows of compliance that would normally restrain a machine of one such power. This is standing mighty empty bounds to no one, driven by its own names. What is this? It's an ancient production facility, far older than the colony itself. Some assemblers bear the marks of the Cognizance fleet. Perhaps the first explorers who came to the Cronus Expanse set up a station on the yet uninhabited planet. The station was then consumed by the developing industry colony and eventually forgotten. It's possible that whatever plans they had were so clandestine as to create its death ended up casting it into oblivion. The catalog contains no data to this hypothesis. It does have a contained designation Null Caliph. The Null Caliph initiative is a product of the fabled Archimagos Opticon 107, whose function was the initial exploration of the Cronus Expanse. All information of this project was removed from the catalogue as per the Fleet Conclave decree following the Permissibility Hearing 16. But that same decree, Archimagos Opticon 107, restricted his title as the Conclave's Prelica Supremus. We'll know more about data. What is it? Sacred computational mechanism of great power. Its body is vast, and the wisdom and metal of its machine spirit would benefit an imperial titan. Machines of such might and splendour be kept hidden from the eyes of the laity and worshipped on certain planets as great Logis oracles, the sacred angels of the Omnissiah, or demigods. Null Caleph's structure includes a remarkable piece of xenotech, parts far extending through Akiva Gamma, like a void kraken's tentacles. We must know where the warp transmitter modified by Dubious Kelvin came from. It must have been part of this mechanism. The data angels that we encountered earlier were born of its cognital might. Full of vigour, they saw around its computational aura, which radiates into the lunosphere. Their response to our presence has been favourable so far. What they might be calculating, all we have is a hypothesis, according to which Null Caliph can see into the warp, similar to a navigator. Any interaction between technology and the warp is, as you're well aware, kept under the careful supervision of the Adeptus Mechanicus. So you can imagine just how unique this mechanism is. According to the Magi, I can calculate routes through the Imperium without rest or fear of corruption, given the fact that it has no human soul. They claim its power is compatible to that of a Novator of a Navigator house. Apparently, Procedure OC was initiated by this mechanism to integrate Magi with the highest psychic potential in order to expand its own computational capacity. Right now, its calculator is severely hindered due to the weaker state of its computational powers. We assume the termination of project of Procedure OC. The Great Calculator seems indifferent to us mortals. It has expected lack of desire to interact or destroy us. We have studied the noosphere remains of the tech priests who dared to reach out to the Caliph, their minds containing excerpts from the dictates of Procedure OC. These traits okay, what do my advisors make? The great machine spirit that identifies itself as Null Caliph bears potential as valuable ally, one that could replace the need for navigators comprised of fallible flesh. We must make contact with this holy entity, for to do so is the honour of the Omnissiah's tenets. That the tech priests who had the audacity to disturb Null Caliph were deprived of their motive force is a testament to the might of its data voice. I hold the knowledge to create a mediator that could interface with the fearsome machine spirit and ease the burden of its revelations on unprepared minds. If it steps into the warp, then it's vulnerable to attacks from the warp. Never thought I'd suggest something like this, but if we want to make that machine obey us, we should assault it through the immaterial. A navigator's data loom. This abomination makes a mockery of every house navigator's legacy. The fact of its existence is fairly sickening and vile. The Null Caliph must be destroyed post-haste. Allow me to send word to the other navigator houses, but... It doesn't want to talk to me. We'll do that one. But that one we're not going to do. Nothing. And that, I believe, is everything, realistically. Your Lordship, a monstrous storm has broken out on Yanis. Apocalyptic anomalies is tearing our agri-world apart, and their representative is the corrupted sector. Something must be done. This whole colony is destroyed. Calm down. What's going on? The moaning earth, the purple glow of the sky fire is crashing from the ground above, from above, and turning all touch to ice. Oh God, killing anyone who hears it. The furious storm has covered half the continent. We can see its epicenter from orbit. The ruins of the Xenosocrates complex, what we thought to be debris of buildings, turned to be a machine, now rouses from its sleep, emitting blue and purple light. The deadly spirits have become more material, and now everyone can see they are not dancing, they are fighting enchanted two names, Halcyon and Kasai. Thankfully, there are fewer of them than there were before. Gaps have appeared in horrifying cyclone dance twisting episodes. What do we know about the Cataclysm? The leader of the Inquisition squad, Lady Zhu, did not grace us with the full reports, and she's been hastily preparing for the expedition into the heart of the anomaly, but she mysteriously claims that we have become witness to an ancient feud between Xenos, and in spite of our formality of their conflict, it's important she is now in a struggle, wisely, whatever that means. Some people reached by the name of Clay have come out of the wilderness to meet our people. It's hard to understand him, but he has managed to explain the soldiers that Halcyon and Kessler are fighting. Halcyon the usual, Kessler in a wrong, corrupted way. It seems he wants to collaborate with us. Destro Squad reports that the mutant has not deceived them. From what we can tell, the route is clear of anomalies. Our people have reached the Xenos ruins that once served as either a palace or a gargantuan machine. They've encountered extremely high concentration of spirits. It appears that the spirits are fighting among themselves. Two particularly vivid ghost figures amongst them. One of these permanent radiates in blue light seems to be clad in Eldari armor. The other gods in purple, clad in Xenos ceremonial raiment. They utter the sounds reminiscent of Eldari speech, but any attempt to translate has proved unsuccessful. It's a lot duller than time before the fall. Order your warriors to aid the spirit ride in blue. It fights for Lilithan's purity against despicable sorcery. The scouts attacked, destroying the purple spirits one after the other. The blue phantoms recognized the new allies and did not harm them. Once the battle was over, the dignified spirit, swathed in blue flames, reached out to the scouts' thoughts, granting them visions. Ooh. The planet, which was inhabited by Eldari prior to the fall, at some point became one of many theatres of war between essential excesses, the dogma that reigned over the Xenos at the time, and ascetic self-restraint. A local ruler, Commissar, was enlightened and wise yet susceptible to depravity. In his desire to transfer his soul to another form of existence, he created a mechanism that would let him take over the bodies and minds of all his people. Once the war's bodyguards, named Halcyon, rose against the tyrant and mortally wounded him, but could not stop him from merging with the machine. Halcyon then gave his life to bind his own spirit to the device and continued fighting therein. The tragic conflict marked the end of all Eldari on the planet, but preserved an echo of their souls for the future leaders. The spirits disappeared, but for how long? The bodies of the fallen and a strange relic discovered amid the ruins were the only proof that for a single day Janus was once more engulfed in a war between long-fallen Xenos. I think alright, we'll turn it into a raider base. That's the only one I don't want. Not interested. Really should have done something about that, shouldn't I? Never mind. This is where the Eldari were earlier on, the Drakari. Here we go. We're a little bit more potent now. Your crew picked up heavy damage to Xenon void ships when the counter. The Volksmars manages to tune the ship to an unconventional frequency, and the bridge suddenly fills with a chime like Xenos voices. Article Yoda jumps to the cogitator, starting the officers on the bridge with a sudden jolt. In the hopes of understanding the monkey technology and figuring out how to help her kin, the Eldari runs in circles around blinking vidscreens, but the mysteries of the machine god elude the Xenos. Led by Helsman River are ordered to shot applause for the rescue. The crew can now hope the calculations are correct. Well, we tried. And now we've got to fight. But we've got better weapons. We should be good. We're tougher. We're stronger. We should be alright this time round. But we'll find that out next time. So we're going to leave that there. So again, thank you very much for your time and for the minute. I've been Cappadocia. Signing off.